Start with the eyes either gazing down or closed, and just allow your body to relax however you're seated. And in that seated posture, try and find the base of the body. Feel the support of the body. And each time you exhale, feel that the weight of the body is being surrendered to whatever you're sitting on. So you're kind of relaxing, settling into whatever you're sitting on. Become aware of the back, your physical back, including the skin, and then the energy that's behind you. And bring all of your awareness into the back. Become increasingly aware of what's behind you, whether it's in the space behind you or whatever object might be behind you. Your presence is as active behind you as it is in front. You might even feel yourself shifting, that the body reorients itself in space. And you can think of yourself as kind of coming back to your center in that regard. You lurch through the day, reaching out, reaching forward all day long. And by just bringing your awareness into your back body, you ground yourself in a very simple way. Maybe 2 or 3 breaths like that, and something changes inside of you. And feel the space on either side of you. Aware of the base of the body and how it's connecting with whatever you're sitting on, supported by the earth. Feeling the space in front of you, the front of the body. And feeling the top of the head. Sensing the scalp right at the crown of the head. Feeling the awareness rising to the top of the head and then even beyond the crown of the head. Feel your awareness is coming to a point above the head, as far as you can sense with your awareness of your energy. It's still you, it's just energetic you. And think of that as the apex point of a pyramid shape that you're creating with your body. And from the top of that point, imagine your body tapering down to the broad, solid base that you're sitting on. Feel yourself stable, grounded in this body. And simultaneously, quite porous, fluid, subtle in the energy field around you and through you. That's also you. And in fact, in many ways, it's more you than this solid body. Bring your hands together in front of the heart so you can feel your heart beating. Without bowing the head, just turn your gaze down towards the heart. Feel your face subtly looking down, focusing on your heart, the sensations of the heart beating, the expansive energy of the heart center. Connecting ourselves here energetically through our intention to be here, through our presence. And without a doubt, connecting us to every living being. We can bring our awareness to that beating heart. And even if you like, breathe as if you're breathing from that place. Feel the inhalation expanding your heart. May we each be protected. May what we do here bring mutual benefit, be mutually uplifting, expanding our consciousness together. May there not be any obstacles on our path, no hard feelings or anger between us. And may what we do here together bring peace and harmony to those around us. Relax the hands. You can bring your palms down to your legs. If you prefer, you keep your palms facing up. And recognizing that lunar quality that is in us, that represents the mind, the field of the mind, which is seated in the heart in the tradition, not in the brain. Each time you breathe in, feel yourself expanding through the heart. Sensing that all of life is happening in cycles. And the movement of the sun and the moon help us to remember that nothing is permanent, that cycles are a fact of our life, changing, expanding, contracting, constantly aware of the difference in light between the morning and the afternoon, the evening and the night, and the phases of the moon as we gaze up and we can see the moon. Noticing this change helps us. It anchors us in the knowledge that change is necessary, that change is a part of life, and that without change we can't move forward. We can't expand. And so often the mind wants to know, wants to be fixed and have something to grasp and hold on to. And this is not the way life works. In the mystery of life, there are things arising. We're not creating anything. Nobody is creating ideas or things. They're arising. And they arise and we pay attention or we don't. We take action or we don't. And that influences the next arising. But we're not doing this. There's no self that's doing any of this. And so we can bear witness to this constant arising and relax into this present moment awareness of the arising of things and ideas and emotions. And we can release the anxiety of a sense that we need to act and do something about what's happening in this field around us, this area of our awareness. And of course, there are ways to act or respond to what's happening. But we don't need to anticipate that. And in fact, as long as we're anticipating that, we're focusing forward into the future, into events and arisings that may never happen, or that certainly don't happen in the way we imagine them. So I invite you now to come to your heart, come back to this moment, and just notice the breath that's arising here and now. Very subtle. Who's doing that? Feel how wonderful it is to breathe in this moment. The simplicity of this offering of life. Instinctively, you know, your body knows to receive this offering of life. We let it go when the time is right, arising into another breath, receiving, and letting it go. And from this place of awareness of this arising, of participating with what is necessary just in this moment, we recognize that there are no problems, no anxiety. There's just this next arising. And whatever is arising next, we can choose to act upon or not. And if we rest in an idea that we're hopeful or praying or wishing for a better future, craving something different, then we're not here in this moment. We're bypassing our life. The idea that it's going to get better, it must get better, I need it to be better in the future, is a source of anxiety in the present. Come back to this breath, come back to this body, and just this arising, this moment. Life offering itself freely, generously, abundantly through the inhalation, receiving and letting go. And this is another cycle, constant and reliable, present until the day we're not here in body anymore. Inhaling, receiving, expanding, activating, exhaling, letting go, contracting, and softening. These cycles within cycles within cycles are the quality of life itself. Come close to yourself, close to the breath, close to your heart, and feel the quality of life itself. In the same way, if there are thoughts from the past, nagging doubts or feelings of regret, remorse, or anger, we're no longer living in the present in that state either. We're being pulled away from the present moment into a fantasy about some past event. Only the stuff of the mind, nothing real. Come back to this moment again, spontaneously receiving as you inhale. When the time is right, allowing the body to do its work instinctively and noticing, time to let go. Exhaling, softening the body into that letting go. If we keep a sense that something is wrong, something needs to change, we create an anxiety about the future. Come back to the breath, receive the breath, Observe it arising. Observe it departing in its own good time. When action is available to you, it arises in your field of awareness. And it doesn't come with anxiety. It will never come from a feeling of inadequacy or wrongness. When there is a time to act, it comes spontaneously with an energy behind it that allows you to engage and take action. When we can stay close to the heart and the breath in this way, we can begin to trust life. We can only trust life fully if we come away from the thinking, coming away from the future, away from the past, and towards ourself in this moment. In this spontaneous arising, nothing is being done by this self that I think that I am. It's all happening in my awareness. And have a sense of what type of world do I want to engage in? Not with a feeling of right or wrong, but with a sense of participation. From which place do I want to connect with the world? Do I want to connect with the world from this place of guided awareness, sensing my heart, my breath, sustaining life, taking action from the place of spontaneous arising? Or do I want to engage with the world from a place of fear and anxiety and judgment, righteousness, that has me fearful and contracted, and therefore acting as if there's something wrong, creating a snowball effect of contraction and fear all around me? There is a choice. We get to choose in every moment. Experiment with what it feels like physically and energetically in your body. What does it feel like to place your trust in life, in the power that makes the flowers grow, in the force of life that has us staying alive without our paying attention to it, that has us growing hair, growing nails, expanding from birth all the way through adulthood, gradually, slowly contracting all the way to old age and death, knowing that nothing can last forever. And this wisdom is built in. And yet we think somehow we need to manage this. Come back to this heart center, this breathing, this awareness of life itself flowing through you. Feel what it feels like to be engaged in this play, this lila with life itself. Feel what the energy of the heart is feeling like as you receive that breath. Feel gratitude. And because we cannot be grateful and complain at the same time, we can't be grateful and angry at the same time. We need to put our awareness where we want it. Let's experiment with feeling something's wrong. Notice your body with the thought that something is wrong, something should be done about it. Something is out of place, and there is a problem to be solved. Where's your energy moving now? What does the body feel like? Where is the trust? Where is the faith in life when the mind says something is wrong? And I'm not talking about the wise, instinctive awareness that we might need to take action to save our life, for example, or save the life of someone else. That's a spontaneous arising. It's not a thought. Come to this thought. The thought form, something is wrong. I must do something about it. This needs to be fixed. What does that feel like? How is it to be in that thought, in that awareness? Return your awareness to your heart. Begin to breathe through the heart as if that's where the breath originates. Return your awareness to gratitude and feel this gift of breath coming as you inhale. Connect yourself to this gift of life that's the same force of life that's making the leaves expand on trees, that knows when to shed those leaves. All of it happening without our opinion, without our judgment, our intervention. Bring that trust deep into your heart. And feel as you breathe more deeply, expand into your breath and heart as you breathe in and receive this gift of life. There's a force of life itself that wants you to live, that sustains you spontaneously without asking for anything in return. And we participate in this as we exhale, releasing that breath. And our exhalation is the inhalation of all plants and trees, the leaves absorbing it and transforming it and giving it back to us in the form of the next breath. And here we are, connected, always, unavoidably, inescapably connected to life itself. And if our attention is here, we expand into that. We can be aware and alert to whatever is arising in this moment and respond to that. And if our attention is somewhere else, we're no longer able to stay in this energy of life itself. We're no longer able to respond from this place of spontaneous arising. And we start to make mistakes. And we see mistakes being made all around us that cause suffering because they're not connected to this life force, to this faith and trust in life itself. We need to be humble to be able to receive this, feel the gratitude for life itself, sustaining us without us even paying attention. So consciously bringing the attention, bringing the awareness to this gift reconnects us, puts us in this energy, sustains us and supports us through whatever change is there, because change is there. And it's arising in this next moment with this next breath. Change energetically, a change of shape in the body, a change of cells as we're sitting here and all of your trillions of cells are transforming, regenerating, shedding, All of it happening through this life force. And we can choose where we keep our awareness. Keeping our awareness on this life force will keep us connected to this source that invigorates us, that makes us feel welcome and safe and grounded. And in whatever arises, we will act from that place. We will act from this place of knowing that we are intimately and unavoidably connected to all of life. Begin to deepen your breathing. Notice that by deliberately choosing a deeper breath, you're energizing your body in a different way, consciously changing the way that you feel. And once again, bring your hands together in front of the heart. Your palms can join, or you can rest your hands at your heart. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Hari Om. Salutations to all teachers, all gurus of all descriptions, both inner and outer. Begin to rub your hands, create some heat in the hands, energize the palms, and then gently bring the palms to your eyes. Just let the energy seep into the eyes. Feel the eyes softening. And then when you're ready, blink, getting used to the light. In your own time, you can lower the hands.